All right, so we're getting ready for a mine electrical engineer interview, which means high voltage engineering meets the demands of mining. And we're going deep with RoleCatcher's resources. We'll hit those tricky interview questions, but we'll also throw in some career insights and show how RoleCatcher's AI can help you out.
It's a really interesting field. My electrical engineers are in high demand. They're vital for safety and smooth operations. They design the systems that power everything, from big excavators to the ventilation systems underground.
Okay, so let's jump right in. You're sitting across from the hiring manager, and they ask you to talk about your experience designing and implementing electrical systems, specifically for mining operations. So how do you approach that?
Well, remember, they want more than just what's in the textbook. They want to hear about the real world stuff and how you solve problems. Don't just list a bunch of technical terms. Walk them through a project that you're really proud of.
That's a great point. Maybe a challenging design you tackled. Highlight your role and the decisions you made. How did you get past those obstacles? Did you have budget limits? What about site conditions you had to adjust to? Those are the details that make your answer interesting.
Exactly. And don't forget the soft skills. Did you work with a team? Did you have to explain technical stuff to people who weren't engineers? Those are important because they show you can work well in a mining setting.
It's like telling a story, right?
Yeah.
But a story that shows what you know
Mm.
and how much you love what you do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where RoleCatcher's AI comes in. You can actually practice with it. And it'll give you feedback on how you're doing, what you're saying. It even highlights the key words that hiring managers are looking for.
Wow. So it's like having a coach in your pocket.
Mm.
But back to the interview questions. Safety is huge in mining. So be ready for a question like this. How do you make sure those electrical systems are safe and following all the rules and regulations?
This is all about safety protocols. They want to see you're an engineer who cares about safety. Think about things you've done. Routine inspections, equipment tests, lockout procedures.
And if you've done more than the basics, mention that too. Did you come up with new checklists or train people? That shows you're proactive.
Absolutely. Then, let's say they ask, tell me about a time you found a potential electrical hazard and what you did about it. Now they're testing how you solve problems.
Right. And don't just say, I fixed it. Tell them the whole story. How'd you find it? What could have happened? What steps did you take to make it safe? The more details, the better.
And use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result. It helps you answer those tough questions. And RoleCatcher has resources to help with that.
It's like a roadmap for the interview. Now, let's say they throw this at you. Tell us about a time you had to troubleshoot a complex electrical issue at a mine site.
Now, this one is all about thinking quickly under pressure.
Okay, so think about a time you had a major electrical fault, maybe during a critical operation. What were the signs? How did you figure out what was wrong? How did you get the power back on safely and quickly?
Right, it's not just about fixing it. They want to see how you think, how you stay calm, and how you communicate. Did you have to work with other teams? Did you keep the managers updated?
It shows you're resourceful and
Right.
adaptable, and that you can handle the tough stuff that comes up in mining.
And remember those career insights. The mining industry is always changing and using new technology.
Yeah, so when you talk about troubleshooting, you can bring up times when you had to learn new things.
Right.
Maybe a problem with a new automation system, or maybe you use some cutting-edge tech. That shows you're not just solving problems, you're also thinking ahead and ready for new things.
Exactly. And that's important in mining because things are always changing there. So let's talk about keeping up in this field because things are constantly changing in mining electrical engineering.
Right, so how would you answer this? How do you stay current with the latest developments?
You got to be more specific than just reading magazines. They want details. Have you been to any conferences? Are you part of any organizations like the IEE or SME? Do you follow any leaders or publications online?
Yeah, those are good points.
Yeah.
You can even talk about a presentation you saw, or some new tech you're excited to learn about.
And you can even tie this into your career goals.
Yeah.
Maybe you're interested in automation or renewable energy. It shows you're not just keeping up, you're thinking about your future too.
Exactly. You're showing them you're serious about this.
Mm.
All right, let's move on to something else. Juggling lots of things at once. So how do you handle this question? How do you prioritize when you have multiple projects?
Oh, this is a classic one. They want to know about your time management and organization. Don't just say you're good at multitasking. Show them how you do it.
Okay, so what kind of tools do you use? Project management software for deadlines? Do you have a system for deciding what's most important?
Yeah, and be ready for follow-ups. They might ask about a specific time you had conflicting deadlines and how you managed everything.
Perfect time for that STAR method again.
Exactly.
Tell the story and how you got it all done.
And don't forget those
Clip.
soft skills. Did you have to communicate with people, delegate tasks, stay calm under pressure?
It all matters in a fast-paced environment like mining. Okay, now let's talk about working with other people, specifically contractors and vendors. How do you answer a question about that?
This is all about teamwork and communication. And negotiation, too. Mining relies a lot on contractors for specialized things, so you need to show you can build relationships and manage those partnerships.
What if they ask about a contractor who wasn't meeting deadlines? Or maybe the quality wasn't good?
That's where you show you can solve problems and be diplomatic. Explain how you handled it. Focus on communication and finding solutions that worked for everyone.
Did you have to renegotiate contracts? Implement better quality control? Maybe involve higher management?
The point is to show you can navigate these situations and keep those relationships positive.
And keep the project moving forward.
Right.
Now, this is where RoleCatcher's AI can really come in handy. It can help you find the right keywords to use in your answers.
Yeah, like contractor management and vendor relations.
So you can tailor your responses and make a good impression.
It's like having a secret code to speak the language of the mining industry.
Okay, now let's get into something really important. Risk management.
Big topic in mining for sure.
So if they ask you, how do you approach risk management in mining? What are you thinking?
Well, they want to see that you're not just technical. You understand the risks that come with mining, and you're proactive about it.
Right. Don't just say safety is important. Give them specifics.
Right.
Do you use any special tools or techniques, like risk matrices or FMEA? Have you developed any protocols or checklists?
Yeah, and have examples ready, like a time you spotted a potential risk and what you did.
And think about those analytical skills and safety focus. Maybe you found an electrical hazard that could have caused a fire. Tell them how you assessed it, what could happen, and the steps you took to make it safe.
It's all about showing that you understand how important risk management is.
And that you have the experience to make things safe.
Right.
Now, this is where those RoleCatcher career guides can help.
Yeah.
They have a lot of info about best practices for risk management.
Yeah, and new trends and tech that are changing safety.
If you use those insights, you're showing that you're not just thinking about the past, you're looking ahead too.
Exactly.
It shows you're always learning and want to stay on top of things.
Which is really valuable in the mining industry.
Now, what if you're going for a leadership role? They might ask you about leading a team of engineers on a project.
All right, time to show those leadership skills. They want to see how you motivate people, how you delegate tasks and handle conflicts.
Think about a project where you were the leader. What challenges did you face? How did you get your team to reach their goals? Did you have to make any tough decisions? What about conflicts?
And remember, leadership is more than just giving orders. It's about helping people grow and work together.
Yeah, you want to create a good work environment.
Highlight times when you mentored someone. Or encourage new ideas.
Those are the stories that'll stand out.
And show your potential as a leader in the mining industry.
Now, RoleCatcher's AI can help here too. You can practice those leadership questions and get feedback.
Oh, wow.
They even have a feature that looks at your facial expressions and body language
Really?
to see how you're projecting confidence and authority.
That's amazing.
It's like having a personal coach for your leadership skills.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for this section. How do you handle change management in mining?
Mining is always changing, so they want someone who can roll with the punches and adapt to new tech, regulations, and safety stuff.
They might ask about a time you had to make a big change and how you got everyone on board.
This is where you show you're more than just technical. You can lead people through change.
So think about a major change you were part of. Maybe a new automation system or a new safety protocol or even a whole new way of doing things.
Exactly.
How did you approach it? Focus on communication and collaboration. Did you involve your team in the planning? Did you provide training? What about addressing concerns?
The important thing is to show that you understand change management.
And you have a plan to make it happen smoothly.
Right.
And those RoleCatcher insights can be super helpful here. They give you info about best practices for change management.
Yeah, and those emerging trends that are driving change.
When you include these insights, you're showing that you know change is needed, and you know the best ways to make it happen.
It shows you're forward-thinking and ready for innovation.
Which are great qualities in today's mining world. All right, so we've covered a lot, and you're probably feeling more ready for that interview.
Yeah, you've got the knowledge, the strategies, and RoleCatcher's AI to help you out.
But before you go, let's talk about a few practical tips, because first impressions are important. Let's start with what you wear. Even if the company is casual, It's always good to dress up a bit for the interview.
Yeah, a suit or business attire. It shows you're serious about the opportunity and that you respect their time.
And the basics still matter. Be on time. Be polite to everyone. Make eye contact.
Right. Those little things can make a difference.
It's about showing them you're professional.
And someone they'd want to work with.
Now, during the interview itself, really listen to the questions. Take a moment to think before you answer. Speak clearly and get to the point.
Yeah, it's okay to pause. It shows you're thinking things through.
And if you don't understand something, just ask them to clarify. It's better to be sure.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing that can help you stand out is asking good questions at the end. It shows you're interested and curious.
Yeah, have a few questions ready beforehand. It shows you did your research.
Exactly.
You could ask about their approach to sustainability or how they're using renewable energy.
Well, that's a good one. Or maybe their investments in automation and robotics, or even opportunities for professional development.
Right.
It's your chance to learn more.
And see if it's the right place for you.
So what have we learned today? We tackled the tough interview questions. We talked about what it's like to be a mine electrical engineer, and we saw how RoleCatcher can help you prepare.
You're ready to go in there and show them what you know.
But here's one last thing to think about. How can you really stand out? Not just be qualified, but show them you're passionate about this field.
It's about that enthusiasm, showing you want to learn and make a difference.
Remember, you've got this. Go ace that interview and start your career in this exciting industry. We're rooting for you.